Here's our new pride and joy. For me personally, I'm personally very proud. Even I'm Kannadiga, as she is. But I think this is in London very shortly. I think it's going to be a rock star movie, and I think that Deepika here is not only in our country. We're very fortunate that we have our very own homegrown girl as the brands, and more importantly, as I said, our ears to be able to come to me to say a few words on her new role.
The Kingfisher Airlines and to be maybe placed by Kingfisher Airlines. A brand that's truly trendy, young, classy, world class. But most importantly, I believe Indian at heart. And I'd like to thank you for this opportunity.
Well, she said it all the best in her debut movie, but if anybody has questions, and I'm sure you have questions, please feel free to direct these to either Deepika or myself.
This is CP from UNI. My question is to Dr. Mallya. Just year 2005, we heard you passionately pick the session. CEO is a brand ambassador. Deepika is just a brand ambassador. What is prepared? And why do you need brand ambassador now? After 29 months, steering Kingfisher,
I could match up to her, would you? I mean, here from a great family who I think I can't call myself kind of young anymore. I have to acknowledge that I'm kind of middle-aged. Nevertheless, we'd like to capture the spirit and essence of it with me is in the hands of our youngsters.
you have an answer.
I leave that to your imagination. I have the privilege and the pleasure of knowing her father, that India has produced. He is one of them. As I said, she comes from a great family.
And that too, it will be from Bangalore. I've been often hearing. What is one thing that you would like to do? Proudly make India more proud, like Indian who could do something. Your comment.
Of several people in the government. Kingfisher's first long-haul flight will be Bangalore to San Francisco non-stop and return. I have already applied to the Ministry of Tourism and Culture to not only come more Tipu Sultan memorabilia. I have enough. My fellow Kannadigas, my country, a promise. If I get the necessary.
Have expectations of Indian flyers gone up over the last 2 to...
Is there another question, please?
A lot of faith and trust on you. Are you good enough? Your shoulders are so strong, you can carry that.
Yes, most definitely. I think as a celebrity, when you sign on for any endorsement, you need to feel for the product and you need to feel for what you're doing. Like Mr. Mallya said, I feel for the airline and I do feel a connect. I do believe that the airline is trendy, classy, young, and I have all those qualities, and I'm definitely here to take care of the airline and do my best for the airline.
Do we have another question in the house? A couple of years back, you said you wanted to do something with the politics of Karnataka. What is your take in the politics of Karnataka today?
Karnataka are so unique and complicated that I find myself a little out of the woods. I admit that I am in politics, but I think I have a different view and opinion of politics and political ethics. Some people.
Mr. Mallya, come back to the airline business. You have always said in your past press meets that you believe in having direct flights from one point to another, some kind of a hub. Mr. Mallya, which is one point if you have to select worldwide, which would be Kingfisher or something like that? I'm sure you must be having zeroed on some point which would be your...
India is uniquely located. I encourage you to think of, and if you look at the size of these two nations, you will see that they are probably the size of two large Indian cities. How therefore have they succeeded? India missed the opportunity of being a natural east-west hub. If Singapore, now with the new Bangalore and Hyderabad international airports, with the privatization, is meant to carry more passengers and fly further. So when the whole aviation short routes doesn't, it works that way. So basically, we've decided we will go non-stop.
Dr. Mallya, you spoke of your Kannadiga roots. You want to make your wish to put your vocal cards on just in one line of Kannada song, any Kannada song.
ಸರಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ದೀಪಿಕಾ ಜೊತೆ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ
Sanjay here, Sanjay from Maine. I have a question. How will the Sindhi flight attendant be?
there is no DGCA or Government of India regulation on brands. Okay? Deccan is eligible to fly. UB Group owns Deccan. UB Group owns Kingfisher. If Deccan is eligible to fly,
I'm asking you this question but also sounding a little audacious,
but the marriage of Mars and Venus took place and both of us are on the moon. See,
You are the only MP in the House who is also into aviation business. Why don't you please the number of every aircraft in India which still reads as VT, DSGA? You will be remembered for the whole of your life because it's 60 years of independence and
whereas our actual name is Hindustan. So if I have to fight for something, why should I waste my time bothering about aircraft registration numbers? If I have to spend my time, I might as well spend my time on more substantive issues. That India should be Hindustan. Yeah, I have heard about.
आपने ओम शांति योग का वेट क्यों नहीं किया? उससे पहले ही क्यों उठा लिया?
मैंने जमीन खरीदी.
Definitely be taking the last question now for the evening.
Mr. Mallya, Nirmal John from
Indian driver is concerned, of course. I will look for an Indian driver. I will support Indian talent. I will be in the World Championship over the next 3 years.